Welcome back, traders, snackers, and truthers. Silver Gold Man here. We're Wednesday, March 28, 2018. Actually, now that I think about it, by the time you listen to this, it'll be the 29th, because I live here on the west coast of Canada, on Vancouver Island, so it's currently, 7 p.m., almost 7 p.m. Pacific time, so let's make it the Thursday. So the new Bitcoin bull run has started, if you want to call it the 28th, 29th, whatever. It has started. I believe this is the bottom for the last time we've retested this. Let's get into the charts here, and I'll do a little bit of charting for you guys. So anyone who's doubting me, well, you'll soon find out if I'm full of poo-poo or not, or do I have a kick-ass track record like I've put on the front banner of my backup channel from my first YouTube channel, which oddly enough kind of ties into what this is going to be all about. Pivot points. So let's pull up my snippet tool here. Alright, so I snipped the chart, and I want to share with you the pivot points. So before I even learn technical analysis, which is with all the videos I've watched, that I share in my program, those are all the videos that I've learned all these different terms. So before I even learned of pivot points or resistance or support, I already had an eye on the charts a little bit because I was heavily invested in silver. So one of the things I want to point out is the pivot points, and that's where every time the stock is either heads off in a new direction, so that was a pivot point right there, heads off, hits this high, and then breaks back down, goes down, hits another pivot point, heads back up, and don't stop rocking until what? Hits another pivot point, goes back down, another pivot point. You got my drift, right? Is where the stock, its highs and its lows, essentially, as it goes back and forth. So what I want you folks to pay attention to is the very first one that I pointed out, because when I was doing the gold and silver back in the day under my YouTube channel, Connecting Dots 1, that's why I had to show you Connecting Dots 2 a second ago, because it was my backup to my original channel. I call the bottom on silver in the summer of 2012 and 2013 based on this line in the sand, which is essentially a line of support. And oddly enough, when it broke the support in 2014, that's when I opened up my Silver Gold Man YouTube channel, because I was disgusted with SGTreport, this guy, brotherjohnf, who pretended to know all about technical analysis. I believed him for the longest time. Now looking back, I'm like, oh, wow, we all got duped for years, and that's why he doesn't do anything on his channel anymore, because he knows that I'm out there, if I'm armed now and educated, he's not going to fool people anymore. In fact, that's probably, you may have noticed, there's a lot of attack towards my channel, putting down the charts. Yeah, whatever, charts don't lie, I rock and roll, and that's how I call the bottom on the silver those summers. And now I'm using the same support now on the Bitcoin. In fact, if you're around back then, you may recall that this specific day I also said, that's it, we're on. And I know people were losing faith in me on this bottom here. I came back in and I said it again at 7,500. This is the bottom. You want to buy it at this point. So when it came back down here, what do I blow the whistle again? Yeah. I said there's a correlation with the bottom of the stock market and the bottom of the Bitcoin, and I said I just called the bottom the other day on Bitcoin, and I think this is the bottom in the markets. We'll wait and see if that correlation still holds, but Goldman Sachs is telling us to pay attention to that. Other than that, I do feel pretty confident that we've hit that bottom, and this is the day where we start the new bull market, guys. The new bull run has started today. I know it's kind of slow, and you're probably thinking, oh boy. And I'm not saying just because it's a bull run, it's all going to take off all of a sudden. But we've been essentially building up this big wedge here off that high down to these lows. So we tried to break it, as I said, that one time, okay. Came up here. We hit an area of the blue line, okay, your 50-day moving average. Didn't surprise me. In fact, I was telling everyone, doesn't surprise me right there. We came back up and retested it second time, and I thought for sure we were going to go at that point. In fact, if you just saw what I drew on the line on the chart here a second ago, you probably saw how, it did look at that point like as if she was launching off. But anyways, the FUD came in, and now they're trying to break it down. There's still more FUD. It's not going to work. I'm thinking, I feel pretty positive about this. We have hit a bottom. this baby's about to break out. No, it's not going to be, I shouldn't have drawn that nice big green line. So she may take her time here, okay, coming up to these previous areas of resistance. But I think that we're going to break out of it and one by one make our way back up here. Okay, guys? So I should have been maybe a little careful in that first green line showing you we're off like that, but I do feel like this is the bottom, and that's when you want to get in there and buy it. So I'm going to leave it at that, and let's see if I'm correct. Only time will tell, but I've been pretty adamant on my vision of the stock market and the Bitcoin bottom. It's all been posted here openly on Connecting Dots too, and I had to do that because at this point here, even in my Silver Gold Man channel, all three of them may end up get taken down. You know, we're talking about money. We are talking about people that invested a lot of money in the gold and silver market only to realize that the Greg Hunters and their Max Keisers with their $500 silver bullshit gang has all turned into a big recipe of a disaster. So, and that goes back to JSnip4 also. I mean, big disaster. And oddly enough, isn't it Snippy and his gang who've been responsible in taking me down? And it's not really their fault, too. A lot of them are they're not aware of what I've done on YouTube. Snippy lies to them, what I've done, what I've said on his platform, I should say his Realist News website. So anyways, it is what it is. Those people are going to wake up, and I hope I'm correct, because I'll tell you, this is looking really good in my eyes, even though today we're not red right now in this new candle. Just the fact that we've come back and retested this line of support and rejected, buckle up. I'm pretty sure this is the day where we start our new bull run.